Hannah. I'm a passionate ocean lover and I want to educate everyone on this amazing ocean world. Today I am inside a shark at the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium and we're going to go on another behind the scenes tour to see how this aquarium works. The Cabrillo Marine Aquarium is located in San Pedro, California, and it's one of my favorite aquariums because of how much importance and awareness it brings to the conservation and education efforts for our oceans, specifically the oceans off of our coast of Southern California. The aquarium educates people about the animals and plants that occupy the oceans off our coast and is a key contributor into the rehabilitation of several endangered species. Their conservation efforts are known worldwide and they continue to make an impact. I know I say this in every one of my videos, but conservation really is one of the most important things to saving our oceans. If you learn about the oceans and you know about conservation and how to preserve them, then they're going to be around for a long time to enjoy.
Our mission is to have people involved with the ocean.
I got to talk to the director of the aquarium, and he took me on a tour and showed me all of the wonderful things that the aquarium does to help in conservation. I'm here with the aquarium director, Mike Schad, and we're going to talk about the importance of aquariums in conservation efforts and education.
This is a place, like so many aquariums and zoos for that matter, that work with animals, and here at our aquarium we are a regional aquarium, which means we're focusing on animals and plants that live in our local ocean. But we're always working in a global sense. So even though our efforts are local, it has global implications. What aquariums can do, really, the most important job we do, I believe, is education. So by educating people about conservation, we're actually promoting them to learn more than just maybe the 2 or 3 things that we're focusing on with the time we have for them. So in many respects, we're trying to change people's mindset so that they're thinking about conservation.
One of their many conservation efforts is the white abalone.
And the white abalone are local animals that are under so much pressure in the wild that scientists have told us that the numbers are so low, without some kind of help, they will literally go extinct. We have about 8 or 9 white abalone that are on public display. One of only 2 places in the world that have these particular animals on display. So for the public to be able to see these animals live, that makes a big difference when you start saying, why would I have to not eat abalone that I like so much? The Pacific seahorse is another example of a conservation effort. These animals worldwide are protected. The seahorses are normally found in tropical seas, but this particular one, the giant Pacific seahorse, is the only one that's found in temperate seas. We are about as far north from a temperature point of view as these guys are found. They're more common on Central America coast and off Baja, but they are found as far north here as Southern California. These animals are under so much pressure because people like to use them for other purposes. People will eat seahorses. People will also take seahorses and preserve them. And they have historical stories of them being an aphrodisiac. So they're really important to older people. And these kinds of things people have held very closely for a lot of years and generations with different cultures. So with that in mind, trying to change somebody's cultural idea is always difficult because all of us are entitled to that. These animals are being bred here at the aquarium so that we can explain more about these things to our public so they can understand it, and when they go to maybe to buy a knick-knack, maybe they won't buy a preserved seahorse, and that means there won't be so much call for it, and maybe they won't be taking so many of them out of the ocean.
He also told me about how they get the money and the means to fund an aquarium as great as this.
That's a great question, because obviously for staff like me, the City of Los Angeles Recreation and Parks Department, who has owned and operated us since 1935, so we've been around a long time, and they pay for the lights, they pay for the staff, they pay for the building, they pay for a lot of our budget, but the really neat stuff, some people would say the really neat stuff, like these tanks, the activities going on with our students, that's by money that has been donated to us or from grants that are given to us. So really, when it comes down to it, we survive because we have people interested in what we're doing.
This is their education center where they teach people about the ocean.
Here, what we're trying to do is let everybody learn to be a naturalist. So we try to have tools of a scientist or a naturalist, and you can see the microscopes over there. If you go a little farther, there's a little corner over there that we refer to as the Naturalist Corner. Obviously there are books, reference books that a naturalist would use. There's a computer, well everybody has a computer nowadays, and certainly that's important. Over to the right, there's all those bottles and jars. Giving people an opportunity to use tools of a trade, like if you wanted to teach somebody about automotive repair, then obviously you would teach them about using the tools that would allow that to happen. Well, here at the aquarium, using a microscope, using hand lens, which you can see right over there, just ways of making observations, that's all part of science.
If you haven't figured it out already, when I grow up, I want to be a marine biologist, and that is why I love going to aquariums and learning as much as I can about the ocean. The ocean encompasses more than half of our planet, but we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about our oceans. So really, the most important thing is education and conservation. The more we know about our oceans, the more we can do to save them. There's a great quote in a movie called The Living Sea, which I watch a lot, that goes, "Everything we do is touched by ocean, but we are on the shore of what we know." I love this quote because it really does show how little we know about the ocean and how much we need to know. The ocean does touch our lives every day, and it is our job to help protect it.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, and tune in next time when we explore more of California's Golden Coast.